Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day or night in Jesus. Thank you so much for being here. Do check out our other videos and join us daily. And check out our podcast, Biblical Archaeology Today. Let's get started. We're going to be looking at some things pertaining to creation science and some famous creation scientists. So maybe some of you that don't believe in creation science, you'll be interested to see some of the more famous ones. This is by no means an exhaustive list. Creation.com does have an incredible list on these, and the Henry Morris Study Bible, of course, has a fantastic list as well. But let's get started. Okay, some famous creationists, and I'll try to mention when sometimes either A, they don't clarify whether they're young earth creationists, or B, they're not, but I listed them anyhow because, and I'll try to explain the reason why. So first of all, I think the first on any list is going to be A.E. Wilder Smith. Really need to do some study on him. A giant in the field of science, 3 PhDs, and a young earth creationist. Henry Morris here in the States would be the equivalent. Pretty amazing. Now, somebody I like, especially like on the Ica stones on YouTube, is Don Patton. Really good. Somebody who brought creation into kind of the mainstream was Philip Johnson, professor at UC Berkeley. Also worked in the Nixon administration or something like that, and law professor, and he wrote several books on Darwin Debunked and all of this. Darwin on Trial, because he's a law professor. Great books. And he said, actually to a friend of mine, that he said, I lean toward young earth 6-day creationism. So Philip Johnson. Another one I really like, and you don't hear his name mentioned much, check him out on Amazon, is Jerry Bergman. I've done a couple reviews of his books, really good books. One that is making like New York Times bestseller list. He's always kind of been in the ID community, intelligent design, which can be anything from theistic evolution-y kind of stuff to young earth creationism and everything in between. But Stephen Meyer, Signature in the Cell and other books, very famous New York Times bestselling. But he said recently, and I don't want to misquote him, but I saw this, and this is what I understood him to say. So if it's changed, I'll come and bring a rejoinder and say, oops, I was wrong on this, that he does lean to the young earth model. Michael Behe is another one, Darwin's Black Box, and then he's got another great book refuting arguments against Darwin's Black Box. He's at Lehigh, I think. David Berlinski, he's with the Discovery Institute. Not totally sure if he's young earther. He's actually an agnostic. Unbelievable against Darwin. Incredible. Now, John Lennox is an old earther. I mention him for two reasons. First of all, a lot of Pentecostals really like John Lennox. He's I really enjoy watching John Lennox. He's got a great spirit. About him. And secondly, he is kind of the one that the God's Not Dead 1 and 2 are based off of. And those are so popular. So I wanted to mention John Lennox. So he's going to believe in creation, and he's going to believe in special creation of Adam and Eve, which is different than like Hugh Ross. A publisher I wanted to mention was Master Books, especially if you're into dinosaurs. Now, they do a lot of children's books, homeschool books, but there's some books for adults too. Somebody I really like, and I kind of describe him as the Michael Knowles of the creationist movement, is Jonathan Sarfati. Dwayne Gish, oldie but a goodie. John Whitcomb, same there. And then John Morris. Also, James Tour. T-O-U-R, may be considered the preeminent biologist of our modern day. There at Baylor University is, I think, young earth creationist, as is Walt Brown, PhD, MIT. His book, In the Beginning, be sure you get like the 8th edition on. Phenomenal. And Ben Carson, so fantastic. And then some institutes you may want to look at. Discovery Institute, fantastic. Answers in Genesis, you can get a lot of your answers on their website. ICR, Institute Creation Research, they give you access to free materials. Their Acts and Facts that comes out, I get it electronically. I used to get the hard copy edition. Unreal, phenomenal. Monthly, it's free. And then is Genesis History. There's a video by that name that's got millions of views, but then there's a YouTube channel by that same name. Excellent in many respects, most respects probably. It's Genesis history. So just a look at young earth creationists. I'm not sure, like Lee Strobel, the case for the Creator, he might be as well. But God bless. Just take a look at it. We'll talk with you later. God bless you. Bye-bye.